Hello everyone, I am Aditya Sauri. Today another topic is fprintf. So this is also a predefined function which belongs to functions. So it is one of the another operation which we use in files. So before discussing this fprintf, we already know what is printf function. The printf function actually is used to bring the output in a desired format and also for printing variables and strings, etc. So printf is a predefined function and we know how to use it in programming, and in so many examples also we observed that printf statement. So it is used to print whatever we wrote in that function. fprintf does the same, but the modifications are to a file, that is fprintf deals about files. So here we can see the syntax. So we already know the syntax of fprintf. We use it for printf file format comma list of variables, but here we added the file pointer. So this is the change. So we use it file pointer because we have to print the data on the file, not in the output screen. So we have to print the data on the file. So file pointer is used to store the file location. So that's why you have to write the file pointer. So this is the syntax of fprintf. Now let us discuss an example using fprintf function. So here we can see the example of fprintf. So okay, I'm creating the file which is created before. Okay, now we'll discuss fprintf, how it works with the explanation of this example. So we already know about this thing. So here I created a file pointer file name. So it is also just like a variable, file pointer variable. So here I created two variables, name and college, which belongs to character data type. So another variable I created, roll number or number, which belongs to int data type. So now enter roll number. So I have to enter a number as a roll number, and I'm inserting the thing in R and O. After that enter name and college. So here we are taking two strings as a input, one is name and another one is college name, and I'm storing those things in name variable and in college variable. Okay, now I would like to open a file. So file is a pointer variable, file pointer variable. Fopen, we already know this thing. It is used to open a file. So which file? sanjeev.txt. So I kept this file in append mode. So we already discussed what is append mode also. If file not equal to null, so that means if file not equal to null, then the data which we stored in these variables will be printed in a file. So in which file it have to be print? sanjeev.txt file. So where it is stored? In file name. So that's why I wrote here file name. After that I use format specifiers. So roll number, name, college, these are the variable names. So here only we store the data, and the data we have to print in file. So after that written successfully. After that I closed the file. Now let us run the output. So by using fprintf, the data will be printed in a file, not on the input screen. If we give only printf, it prints the data in output file, just like command prompt, we already know that. Okay, now I am running this program. Okay, enter roll number, I am giving 5, enter name and college. So I am giving Sampath as a name and college Sanju, written successfully, and the data will not print here because I gave fprintf, not printf. So let us go to the file. So here the file is created, Sanju. So here we can see the roll number Sampath Sanju. So in this way we can print a data on a file and it will be stored permanently also. Now let us discuss another file operation, fscanf. So it is also just like as scanf, but there is a difference, that is it works with files. We already know the scanf function is actually used to read the input from keyboard and assign them to necessary allocated variables or memory. But in fscanf it is used to read the input from the file, and here we can see the syntax. Okay, so fscanf file pointer comma format specifiers list of variables. So we used scanf to insert a input in a specific variable. So for that only generally we use format specifiers, so which type of data we like to store for to know that thing, and in which variable we have to store the data. So we used scanf function like this, but in file scanf, that means fscanf, we used the file pointer. So we already know about this thing. Now let us see an example. Okay, in this example we can discuss the program with fscanf topic. So here I created a file pointer, it's a variable which works with files, and I created name as a variable and it belongs to character data type, and file. So here I am opening a file, that's why I used fopen. So which file? sanju.txt, and I kept it as read mode. So here I like to read the text only, I don't like to do any work, that's why I used read mode. So if file not equal to null, and here I used another looping concept which is called while. So file end of file, so it is another operation, let us discuss this thing later. So if it is not equal, then fscanf file. So here only our file is stored in this variable only, and which type of data we have to scan from file, so string, that's why I use it %s. So the collected data I like to store in a variable which is called name. So here we can see the syntax. Okay, example of fscanf. So in file pointer our file is there, that's why I gave the file, it is just like a variable name, and our data is string type, that's why I use this one, and in name we have to store the data, that's why I gave here variable name as name. So after that printf, so the data which is stored in a name variable will be print here on the output screen. So after that return successful, fclose. So before running this program I would like to store a text in the file, because the text which is stored in this file only it will be read. So the input will be take from the file. So we already know scanf is used to take the input from the keyboard, but fscanf will also use it to take the input, but it takes the input from the file. So to take the input from the file we have to insert some data into the file. So here I am giving, so this kind of text here I am giving. So now I would like to save this file. So we already see hi how are you is the text which is stored in text file. Okay, now I would like to run this program. So here we can see hi, how are you, written successful. So hi, how are you is the data which is stored in Sanju.text, and that text takes as a input with the help of Scanf. So the text, okay, where the text is there in a file, so called file name. So what kind of text it is? So string type. So that's why I use percentages. So where we have to store the collected data in a variable called name. So the data which we collected, now I would like to print that one, so that's why I gave like this. So this is the concept. So here you can see how Scanf will work. Now let us discuss another file operation called fgetc. So we already know what is getc. So this getc function is used only in the strings concept. So it is just like a scanf, but it will be worked with strings concept only. So we already discussed this thing in strings concept, but in getc it reads the value character by character. It can't read the entire string at a time. So here it reads only one character after another character only, so it can't read the entire string at a time. So we use getc function to accept a string from keyboard. Similarly, fgetc is used to read a character from a file. It returns the character from a file, so it has to be aligned to a character type variable. So it reads character by character, so we have to give only character type variable only. So here we can see the syntax fgetc file pointer. So file pointer where our file will be stored. Here we can see the example. Now let us discuss an program using this concept. Okay, we already know the stuff, how it will be used. We already discussed this thing in previous examples. So our file name is sanjeev.txt. Now we have to read the text from a file. So it takes an input from the file. So in previous program I gave hi, how are you. Now I would like to add some stuff in this. So I am fine. Okay, now these data have to read. So I had to save this thing. Okay, save. So now I am closing the file. Okay, so name equal to fgetc. So where our file is located, in file location our file is located. So we already discussed how fgetc will work. So it reads the data character by character. So character wise it will be read from the file and it will be stored in the name variable. So after that I am printing the data which is stored in name. So here I used %c. So here it read or print character by character only, so it is a character type, so that's why I used %c. If it read the entire characters at a time like a string, then here we can use percentages, but it reads character wise only. So in sanjeev.txt we store a data. That data will be read by using this fgetc function, and that particular data will be stored in a name variable. After that I am printing the data which is stored in name variable. So this is the program, simple program. Now let us run this program. Loading process is slow. Okay, here you can see the output. Hi, how are you? I am fine. So character by character it reads and it store in name variable. After that, here it prints on the output screen. Now let us discuss another function called fgetS. So we already know about getS function. So this function is used only with the strings. In another concepts it can't works. Only when we are working with strings only this predefined function will be worked. So it is used to read the entire string from a keyboard. But in fgetS it is also used to read the entire string, but it reads from the file. So here you can see a small definition. This function is used to read a string from the file, and here we can see the syntax of fgetS. So we have to read the data from a file. So that's why I give file pointer, and here the length of the string, and here the data which is read by this function, the particular data will be stored into a particular variable. So we gave here a variable. So here we can see the example also. Now let us discuss a small program using this concept. So we already discussed this stuff, and I would like to do some small changes in the file. So simply I am giving hi, how are you, that's it. Again I am saving this file. Here we can see we used fgetS function like this. So in previous example we discussed fgetC. So fgetC and fgetS is used to read the data from the file, but the difference is in fgetC it reads one by one character, but in fgetS it reads the entire string at a time. So this is the only change between fgetC and fgetS. So in fgetC here I didn't give size for the variable because it reads character by character. If we give size it shows an error. And while printing also I gave %c in previous example in fgetC because it reads character by character, so that's why I gave %c. But in fgetS it reads the entire string, that means group of characters it will be read at a time only. So we have to give the size here compulsory, and group of characters means strings, we already know that, that's why we have to use %s here compulsory. So these are the changes we have to do for fgetC and fgetS. So where our file is located in file, so here we gave the size, that means length, and the data which is read from file have to store in a name variable, and here I am simply printing the data which is stored in name variable, that's it. So now I would like to run the program. Okay. So here we can see the output. Hi everyone, I am Aditya Sauri. Today our topic is rename. So rename is also a file operation. It is a predefined function which we use in files. To rename a file using C, we use a rename function. So by using this predefined function, we can change the name of a particular file. This rename returns 0 if renamed successfully. If it returns not equal to, if it is not renamed. So here we can see the syntax of the rename. So rename function, in first in this function we have to pass two parameters. One is old file name parameter and another one is new file name parameter. Now let us see an example using this rename function. This is the example of rename function. Okay, before discussing this example, let us create a file name. Okay, in this file I am storing some data. Okay, I'm saving this file. Okay, so in desktop only I am saving this file and I am giving Sanju name. Okay, here we can see the file which we created. Okay, now the file name is Sanjeev. Now I would like to change the file name by using rename function. So actually by using file operations we can do all those stuff which we are doing directly without using programs. So by using these file operations only, everything will be happen which we are doing in real-time software applications. So this is the program. So we already created a file called Sanjeev. Now I would like to change the file name to college. So for that purpose I used rename function. So we already discussed it in definition. So if the file name is changed, then the condition will equal to 0. If it is not changed, then the condition is not equal to. So if it is changed, it will be equal to 0, then file renamed statement will be executed on the output screen. Otherwise file not renamed statement will be executed. So now let us run this program. File renamed, so that means file renamed successfully. So here we can see, so here you can see Sanjeev name changed as college. So you can see the name of college here. Now another file operation is remove. So this remove is a predefined function in file concept. By using this function we can delete a file. To delete a file in C we use remove function. This remove function returns 0 if it is deleted successfully, otherwise it returns not equal to if it is not deleted. So here we can see the syntax. So remove is a predefined function and here the file name we have to give which file we have to delete. Now let us see an example using this concept. So this is the program of previous concept. Okay, now I would like to change. So in previous example our file name is college, so I would like to give that name only. So So here we can see our file name. So now I would like to delete this file name using remove function. So this concept is same as rename. Okay, now let us see. So remove is a predefined function. Now I would like to delete this file name. So if the file is deleted, it will be equal to 0. So if the file is deleted, file deleted message will be executed. If it is not deleted, file not deleted message will be executed. Now let us see. Okay, file deleted. Now let us check on the desktop screen. So you can see here no file is there, so the file is deleted here.